Hi all, welcome back to IGNOU MBA. Today we are going to discuss the TEE of June 2022 MMPC-009. This question paper is for management of machines and materials. Okay, so let's discuss these questions one by one. The first one is a clear line of demarcation between the products and services is much less apparent. Explain the differences between services and goods production. Okay, so let's see from where in the text this topic is about. 1. Unit 1, Operations Management and Overview and Facilities Planning. In this unit, we can see the answer for that question. Okay, here it is given what are the difference between services and goods production. So let's see the notes that I have prepared for this question. The production of goods and the delivery of services are two distinct economic activities. We know production of goods and service delivery both are different. They both have different their own characteristics and challenges, right? But in today's economy, like in the advanced economy, we can see the distinction between the goods and the services has become very less now. Yes, because most of the businesses now offer a combination of products and services. Okay, now let's see the difference between services and goods production in a tabular form. For the ease of understanding, I have prepared it in a tabular form. Okay, so let's see what is the nature of output for goods production. See, like tangible products, like physical products like cars, furniture, shoes, all these things are goods production, right? And the intangible activities like consulting, education, healthcare, tutoring, all these things are service production. We can measure the goods production, they are quantifiable. But what about service production? We cannot measure it like how we can measure the goods production, right? Because it's like example success of a consulting session or like education, giving education to students, all these things we cannot quantify it, right? And the customer interaction in goods products, they are very limited interaction. Because in the production of goods, we don't need much interaction with the customer. But in case of service production, there is extensive interaction between a consultant. For example, is given like a consultant and a client or a teacher and a student. There is extensive interaction. So we can see the customer interaction is more in services production, right? And when we see in customization, standardized products like smartphones or mass products produce clothing. And when we see service production, it's like tailored services to meet unique needs. Example, personalized consulting or tutoring, all those things we can customize them, we can personalize them, right? And when we talk about storage and inventory, goods can be stored. The products what we have produced, it can be stored in inventory before being sold, like electronic gadgets or phone, anything like. But services, we can we store services? No, we cannot store services. Services can be perishable and it cannot be stored as an inventory like that we do with the goods. Okay. And production and consumption, when we see in the case of goods production, we can see the production and consumption, they are both separate processes. But in case of service production and consumption, they both happen simultaneously. Okay. Now when we talk about the quality control for both, quality checks during the manufacture process is done for the goods production. Okay. And when we talk about services, quality control is integrated into the delivery of services. Okay, so it's important to note that the distinction between goods and services has become less in the modern economics. Businesses today offer a combination of both goods and services because of the advancement in technology and the development of service intensive goods as well as goods intensive services. For the example, I have given it here is a company selling smartphones. Not only provides a tangible product, but what else? Yes, they also provide the services, right? Like customer support and software updates and so on. So this blurring of boundaries has led to a more integrated approach to understanding and managing both goods and services production. Let's see the second question of our TEE June 2022. That is, what do you understand by mass production? Explain the advantages and disadvantages of mass production. Let's see in the text. In the same unit of operations management overview and facilities planning, we can see this questions answers as well. Here it is given what is mass production and what are the advantages as well as the disadvantages in mass production. When we say the name mass production, we got to know what it is, right? Because mass production means a large scale manufacturing of standardized products through efficient and streamlined processes. So it involves the use of assembly lines. One by one, we does the in the mass production. Look, there is a sequence of operation where the output of one stage becomes input to the next stage. Okay, so that is what it is called mass production. So the advantages in mass production, one of the main advantages is cost efficiency. As we are producing a large quantity of products, we can reduce the cost per unit, and this makes the product more affordable. Okay, and because of this production in large quantities, we can minimize the waste and optimize the use of resources by streamlining the processes. Okay, as well as what we can say, there is high productivity, right? Mass production allows for the rapid production of a large number of units meeting high market demands. Also, workers can specialize in specific tasks, increasing their efficiency and speed. Then what we can say is about the quality. The quality, the products which are produced in the mass production process, they have consistent quality. The use of standardized components and processes lead to consistent product quality. Continuous monitoring ensures that defects are identified and addressed promptly. Next one is market competitiveness. When we say about market competitiveness, mass-produced items, it can be sold at competitive prices, attracting a large customer base. Okay, and what we can say, it will gain a significant market share by meeting widespread demand. Also, when we talk about technological advancement, we can say that mass production drives technological advancement in manufacturing processes. We can see automation technology that enhances the efficiency and precision in mass production. When we talk about disadvantages of mass production, the first thing what comes in our mind is lack of customization. We said, like in mass production, a large quantity of goods are being produced, right? So in mass production, as it focuses on uniform products, it limits the ability to customize the individual customer preferences. Also, we can say that the initial investment in machinery and infrastructure that is needed for mass production, they are of high initial cost. Okay, and environmental impact. When we do the production in a large quantity, what happens? Yes, it results in high level of waste impacting the environment. So large scale production may also deplete the natural resources more rapidly. Okay, then we can say about the dependence on demand forecasting. The rigid production schedules may lead to excess inventory or shortages if demand is not accurately predicted. Because why? Because the production is done in a large quantity. That's why if the demand is not much like we expected, then what happens? The inventory becomes excess. Okay, and when we talk about the monotony of workers, the workers do the same task. They are doing the same task. They're performing it repeatedly monotonous, leading to decreased job satisfaction. And we can say that there is a possibility of vulnerability to breakdowns. If a component in the assembly line breaks down, the entire production process may be disrupted. Like we have said from the text that here in mass production, the output of one stage becomes input to the next stage. So if anything happens in one stage, what happens to the next stage? Yes, there some kind of breakdown can happen, and it may disrupt the whole entire production process. Okay, and we can say is that inflexibility. Because we produce the products in a mass scale, what happens? They are less adaptable to frequent product changes or customization requests. Okay, so here I have given in a tabular form of advantages of mass production and disadvantages of mass production. Whichever you feel easy for your understanding in a tabular form or like point wise, you can refer anything and you can write in exam any one of this. Okay, so if you like to write in tabular form, you can refer to this table and you can go through it. The same points are given here in table. Okay, the different points given here are the cost efficiency, high output, consistent quality, economies of scale, speed of production, employment opportunities, then examples. All these things we have discussed in the above points. Okay, so in summary, what we can say is mass production offers cost advantages, high productivity and consistent quality, but it also comes with some drawbacks like limited customization, environmental concerns, inflexibility and so on. Okay, the next question comes is what are the various forecasting methods to forecast long-term and medium-term demand? The third question here is about forecasting methods. They are what is asked here is what are the methods to forecast the long-term and medium-term demand. Now let's see in the text. In Unit 9, Capacity Planning, we can see the answer given for long-term and medium-term forecast of the demand of an output are made by using forecasting methods. Okay, so I think most of us all know what is forecasting method, right? What is forecasting? It is a process of estimating future trends based on the historical data or other analytical tools. Okay, so forecasting, what we can say, plays a crucial role in predicting future demands for goods and services. When there is effective and efficient forecasting, that helps the organization to make the right decision regarding production or inventory and other resource allocation. So we can say the forecasting is really very important in any business organization. So to forecast, there are many various methods. So for forecasting, we use some methods like regression analysis. Regression analysis means develops a forecasting function expressing demand in terms of other variables, like demand for tires. Here the spelling, there is some spelling mistake, TYRES. So the demand for tires, it is linked with that of the number of automobiles sold, right? That is what it says, like requires times and cost for testing various hypotheses regarding variable effects. Next analysis or next method is econometric forecasting method. In this method, we have seen what is regression analysis. It is an extension. Econometric forecasting is an extension of that regression analysis with simultaneous regression equations. Okay, so it involves estimating multiple relationships simultaneously, demanding time and cost. And the next comes is the Delphi method. What this method does is it does the qualitative forecasting technique applied to subjective demand values. Involves a panel of experts providing independent predictions. That is, the coordinator iteratively refines predictions, achieving consensus in multiple rounds. Also, they ensures anonymity among panel members and clarity in initial questionnaires. The next comes is a market survey. What does the market survey does? It gathers the primary data on customer behavior and their preferences. Then it provides the insights into factors influencing their purchase, feature priorities and the perceptions of competing products. And what it does is it is useful for predicting long-term demand based on customer insights. And the last one comes is historical analogy and life cycle analysis. With this analysis, we can do the forecasting. It predicts the demand growth by analyzing a product's life cycle and compare it with similar products. For example, comparing the growth of color TV demand with the life cycle of black and white TV. So it is applicable to multiple outputs. It can be considered that the capacity required for each sub-process. So the choice, there are various methods to do the forecasting, right? So the choice depends on factors like the availability of data, the nature of the industry and the level of accuracy required. So often a combination of methods are used to create more robust and accurate forecast. The next question, explain the concept of waste management. Waste management is complementary to resource management. Comment. I think this we got this question even in our assignment. Okay, so let's see where in the text this topic is. So in Unit 14, Materials Management, we can see the topic related to waste management and resource management. This is one of the most important question that can appear in exam again and again. Okay, so these two diagrams, just study these two diagrams. It's very easy. It shows the relationship between how the input is taken for processing, and then after processing it becomes the output, and some kind of disposal is done, and all this result in waste. So waste management is a really important part of any business organization. Okay, so like the resources what we used in organization, it can be utilized and some are wasted. Okay, so what we does is we have to manage this to minimize the waste. We have to manage the resources more effectively or efficiently. So resource management is very necessary to maximize the utilization. So this with the help of resource management, we can optimize the resource utilization, and that can result in less wastage. Okay, so let's see the answer for that question. The diverse and seemingly boundless developments taking place in industry bring them with a whole new series of complexities associated with waste. So let's see, waste management and resource management, they both are two interconnected concepts. They both play critical roles in sustainable development and environmental stewardship. So waste management involves the efficient handling, disposal and recycling of waste materials. While what does the resource management focus? Yes, it focuses on optimizing the use and conservation of resources, right? So both of them, waste management and resource management. Waste management is complementary to resource management. Okay, so waste management is a multidisciplinary activity. It involves engineering principles, economic, urban and regional planning. Also, it helps in minimizing the overall wastage of the system under consideration. So it's a systematic approach, we can say. Waste management is a systematic approach. So complementary to waste management and resource management. So the note given here is, it's given an example like, in view of the known physical laws of nature, the existence of an ideal system is not possible. It's said like 100% utilization of resource is not practically possible for any of the system. So sometimes the waste is inevitable in the functioning of any system. We can't say that by proper or effective resource management we can completely remove or reduce the waste management. We can't do that. There is a chance always it is very inevitable in the functioning of any system. There will occur some kind of waste. Okay, so the main objective of waste management, what it is to minimize the waste, thus aiming at the ideal system. While resource management, it aims to maximize the utilization of resources. So the goal of waste and resource management, they both are the same. That is, they both aims in optimizing the utilization of available resources for higher efficiency and growth of the system. So both but the approaches are different, but their aims are same. So this relationship of waste and resource management is shown in this figure. Okay, so what we can say is that the waste and resource management, they are complementary to each other. Both management have their own advantages and limitations. So depending upon the situations, we can choose which one to opt for. Okay, so in conclusion, we can say that waste management and resource management, they both are two sides of the same coin. They both aims in sustainable development. So waste management involves systematic handling, treatment and disposal of waste materials, whereas resource management focus on efficient and responsible utilization of natural resources. So this connection is not coincidental. Waste management and resource management, they are fundamentally intertwined, each impacting the other in a dynamic relationship that is essential for environmental balance and the well-being of society. Let's see the next question. Question number 5 is about value engineering. Value engineering is a powerful approach for improvement in the performance of the products, systems or procedures and reduction in cost without jeopardizing their function. Explain the concept of value engineering. Also state the difference between the value engineering and cost reduction. So here we have to explain the concept of value engineering, and what we have to do, we have to talk about the difference between the value engineering and cost reduction. So let's see in our text, quality assurance. In this unit, we can see the concept of value engineering. Okay, so here it is given in text. What is value engineering? It is an important and powerful approach for improving the performance of the products or the systems of procedures, and making reduction in cost with jeopardizing the function. So the basic objective of value engineering, we can say that it is to achieve equivalent or better performance at a lower cost while maintaining all the functional and quality requirements. Okay, so let's see the notes, what I have prepared for it. The same thing I have given here. The primary goal of value engineering, what it is to enhance the value of a product or a process by identifying and eliminating unnecessary cost without compromising its functions or quality. Okay, so the concept of value engineering, what all it includes is the main function is the function analysis. It identify and understand the core functions that a product or process must perform. Then it create idea generation. It encourage brainstorming to generate innovative solutions. It also evaluate the alternatives. Whatever the alternative proposed, that those alternatives are being evaluated based on their ability to perform the functions and their associated cost. And then comes the implementation. After evaluating the alternatives, what a value engineering process does is implementing the most cost-effective solutions while maintaining or improving the performance of the services. So let's see the difference between value engineering and cost reduction. For the ease of understanding, it's given in a tabular form here. So the main focus of value engineering, it is to enhance the overall value and performance. And what about the cost reduction? It only solely does reducing the cost. It only focuses on reducing the cost. But in case of value engineering, it reduces the cost and also it enhances the overall value and performance. Okay, so the approach here in value engineering, it is very systematic and organized. But in cost reduction, it is often reactive and ad hoc. So the scope here, it emphasizes improving the functions and features, whereas in cost reduction, it only concentrates on cutting the expenses. So the timing, the innovation and the functional analysis, all regarding this value engineering and cost reduction are given over here. You can go through the points like what are their impact or what kind of approach they both have. Okay, so in summary, we can say that value engineering and cost reduction, they both aim at improving the efficiency. Value engineering is a more comprehensive and strategic approach that focuses on enhancing the value, the functionality and performance, whereas cost reduction, it mostly focuses on cutting the expenses. Okay, so the next question, the questions are the short notes. There are 5 short notes. The first one is product design. Product design is a crucial aspect of the product development process. It encompasses the creation, the development and the functionality of the product's form. So it involves translating the ideas and concepts into tangible and marketable products. That means user needs and expectations. So the primary goal of product design is to create a product that not only fulfills a specific need but also gives a positive user experience, like it gives a customer satisfaction. So effective product design considers factors such as materials, manufacturing processes, ergonomics, sustainability and overall life cycle of a product. So in summary, we can say that product design is a critical phase in the product development life cycle, influencing the success and acceptance of a product in the market. The next short note is critical path method. It is a project management technique that is used to schedule, plan and manage complex projects. It identifies the critical path, which is the sequence of tasks that determine the project's overall duration. So in this method, each task in a project is represented as a node. You can see in this diagram, and the arrows between nodes represent dependencies. So the critical path is the longest path through the network, and any delay in task along this path will directly impact the project's completion time. So critical path method provides project managers the visual representation of the project's timeline. It also helps to identify the most sensitive tasks and allocate the resources accordingly. Okay, so by determining the critical path and calculating, the project managers can prioritize their activities, they can manage the risk, and also they can complete the project within the specified time frame. So CPM is widely utilized in industries such as construction, engineering and information technology to streamline project planning and execution. The next short note is work design. What is work design? It is the arrangement of tasks or activities and responsibilities within a job or a workflow to enhance the efficiency, the productivity and the job satisfaction. So it involves the systematic structure of work processes, roles, interactions. For what? To optimize the performance and achieve the organizational goals. So what we can say is the primary aim of work design, what it is to create jobs that are meaningful, well organized and capable of maximizing employee capabilities with aligning with the overall objective of the organization. So effective work design, it can include what? Nature of the task, skill requirement, employee capabilities and the overall work environment. Okay, so work designs, it involves breaking down complex tasks into manageable components and then allocating those responsibility based on employees' skills and then incorporating flexibility to adapt to changing needs. So a well-designed work, it not only contributes to individuals' job satisfaction, but what it does, it also enhances the overall organizational performance by promoting efficiency, reducing errors and fostering a positive work culture. Next one is benefits of standardization. We know what is standardization, right? Standardization means a uniform process. Okay, so the main advantage of standardization is it enhances efficiency in production and operation. So in a standardized process, it includes streamlined manufacturing. We have seen what is a streamlined manufacturing, right? So here the efficiency not only lowers cost but also speed up the production cycles, fostering quicker delivery times and improved customer satisfaction. So we can say that standardization is a cornerstone for efficiency in various industries by establishing uniform guidelines. Okay, materials handling system, as the name itself say, what it does is the handling of materials. Okay, the components of logistics and warehouse management. It does the efficient, it encompasses the efficient movement, storage and control of materials within a facility. So it involves a number of various equipments, machineries and systems to streamline the flow of goods from the point of entry to the final destination. Okay, so what all processes does it include? Material handling system include loading and unloading, transportation within the facility and storage management. So the primary goals of material handling system, we can say that it is to optimize the operational efficiency, to reduce the cost and minimize product damage and enhance safety and improve overall productivity. Efficient material handling not only contributes to the overall productivity of an organization, but it also optimizes the inventory management. It reduces the manual labor. It also helps in minimizing the errors and accelerating the flow of goods through the supply chain. Okay, so that's what is material handling system. So here it conclude our TEE for MMPC-009 June 2022. So hope you have understood this video, and it will be very useful for your coming TE exam. So try to cover all these topics that's given in this video. Okay, so I will be creating another video for the next December 2022 for this topic of MMPC-009. So don't forget to subscribe this channel for more videos, and if it is found helpful, please share with your friends too. Okay, so see you in the next video. Children, bye. Thank you.